Hey ladies, it's Emily here. I know you guys are a little tired of looking at my face. I am super excited for you guys to get started tomorrow. Let me try and put my camera here. Okay, so I just downloaded all the Whole30 stuff. I want you guys to go to the website whole30.com and go to their links. I think it's under info. Let me see. Hang on. It is under the Whole30 and then Whole30 downloads. Okay, I'm going to put these in our files so you'll have all of these. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, you can type them in the box. If anybody's even watching, I might just be talking to myself. That's totally fine because I think I can post this later. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to your new eating journey. This is going to be so exciting. I've actually been doing Whole30 off and on since 2013, thanks to my good friend Christy Taylor Sabonia, who introduced me to this program. This program changed my life in so many ways. I was always having a hard time getting that extra 10 pounds off. I was always having a hard time waking up in the morning. I was having a hard time concentrating. However, hey Jenny, how's it going? And my friend Christy kept saying, you got to try this Whole30, Whole30, Whole30. I didn't know what the heck she was talking about. Finally, I started it, and it was so life-changing that I literally couldn't stop. Like, I call myself like the Whole 365er. No, I probably did Whole30 for pretty much a full straight year. It changed my life. It will brainwash you, though. Let me tell you. When you get done with this diet, you will never want to go back to anything else again. What kind of sports bra do I use? Nike. Okay, so let's talk about this. All right, so this is Whole30. Again, you need to go to that website, whole30.com, and download everything. Hey, Laura, what's going on? All right, so now Laura Miller-Laurie, she's one of our admins. She's done Whole30 with me as well, and we sat down and we really went together. Hi, Elaine. We went together and we figured out what would be a good plan for her. So I'm hoping that a lot of you printed out this list. If you didn't, that's okay. I'm going to go through it a little bit. But one of the first things I want to talk about is how important it is to plan. You cannot wing it. Seriously, you cannot wing this program. Like, you have to plan this. You do not want to wake up tomorrow morning and go downstairs and be like, what can I do? So you have to plan, and you have to know exactly what you're going to be eating the next day, pretty much, and then it will become old habit. No excuses about traveling. I actually traveled to North Dakota for a few days when I was on Whole30, back when I was working at Teletrack. I did it completely fine. I got boiled eggs. I had my nuts. It was fine. I got steak there. It was totally fine. So don't worry about traveling. All right. First thing I want to do is go over the shopping list just a little bit. Oh, actually, no. Let's go over the rules. And by the way, there are going to be some Whole30 Nazis in this group. And that's okay. I think they're awesome. But don't be intimidated by them, because they're doing it because they want to help you. There are people in this group that really don't know a whole lot about this program, and then there are people that know a lot about it. So don't be embarrassed about anything, okay? Okay, so let us start with the rules. Where did I find the rules here? Here are the rules. No sugar, no grains, no dairy, no cornstarch, no sulfates, no monosodium. There's a list that goes on and on. We eat real food here. What is Whole30? So there are certain food groups like sugar, grains, dairy, and legumes. So when you're looking at vegetable, is it freezing up? Is this not working? Is the video working for you guys? Is it working? Are we live? Can y'all still hear me? Anybody? Am I talking to myself? Okay. All right. So, okay. Thank you. All right. So legumes. So like peas Anything with beans, like no beans. So if you have a taco salad, okay, good. You can't have beans, all right? So that's really important. All of these things have a negative impact on your health. Now, my good friend Christy always says, don't go into this for weight loss. Well, of course I did, but she always taught me not to do that. So here's the first rule, and this is going to be so hard for you guys. And try to do it. You cannot weigh for 30 days, okay? You cannot get on the scale for 30 days, all right? I know that's crazy, but you can't. So try and do that. If you weigh, you'll get frustrated because some days you'll drop 3 or 4 pounds, and some days you may not drop anything at all. You might even gain a pound or 2. So just, you're going to go by how you feel and what's on your clothes. My friend Christy always says, stop talking about weight loss. Well, I hate to tell you, but weight loss is a huge side effect with Whole30. So please try not to weigh. Okay. So your energy levels are going to drastically change. Now, let me tell you something. Here's what's going to happen. The first couple of days, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You're going to be like on a high. Like, you know, have you ever heard of people that have a drug and alcohol problem? They get on this when they quit. I forget what it's called. It's like a special high they get on for a few days. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then all of a sudden reality kicks in. You're going to be on this high for the next couple of days, and you're going to think you can conquer the world. You're going to pop up in the morning. You're going to be like, I'm never turning back. This is my new diet. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. And then in a few days, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, if I could just have a gummy bear. I just want to have some bread. I just need some chips and salsa. I need some chips. I need some Diet Coke, whatever. Okay. That is your sugar demon, okay? So you don't want to feed that demon. It's kind of the same as people who smoke. Nicotine, the more you feed it, the more you want it. So this demon is going to haunt you, especially around day 5 and 7. And then you're going to think you're in the clear again. And then it's going to come back around day 15. So just be aware that you are gonna have these sugar demons, and they're gonna be coming into your head, and you're gonna go to your refrigerator, and you're gonna see candy and ice cream and stuff in there for your kids and your husbands, and you're gonna want this stuff. It's not you, it's the sugar demon. Now, here's where you have to be really careful. If you are craving sugar, I don't want you to run for an apple, and here's why. Because you're still feeding that demon, okay? So I want you to have apples on Whole30. That's completely acceptable and compliant. But this is mental. We're trying to kill the demon, okay? And you will kill the demon, right, Laura? Right, Carol? You will kill those demons. But you don't want to reward that thought in your head, I need sugar, with an apple, because apple has sugar in it. It's a better sugar, but there is sugar in apples. So you want to go and just try to drink a lot of water, maybe have a couple of cashew nuts or raw almonds, but don't go in there. See, Laura knows. Yes, because here's what's going to happen. You have that apple and it goes, ooh, okay, well, that was pretty cool. So let's go for, some paleo apple pie, which we'll get to that after Whole30. So just bear with me, okay? All right, not only is this going to help you with weight loss, I didn't say that, but it is. It's going to help you with aches, pains, joint issues, skin issues, digestive elements. Most of your digestive issues will go away. Any allergies that you have, my allergies completely cleared up on Whole30. Fertility issues, if any of you are trying to have a baby, be careful when you're on Whole30 because it's extremely good for your reproductive system. So you're going to be stripping a lot of things from your diet. I recommend you get rid of those things, your favorite things. I recommend you get rid of them. Yes, Carol's saying that demon can be killed, but it's tough, totally worth the struggle. And it will be a struggle. This will change your life. So here's what we eat. We eat real food. We eat meat. I know, meat. Ugh. We've been eating meat the last 3 days. Seafood, eggs, tons of vegetables, some fruit. I don't want you guys to go crazy with fruit, especially the ones of you that are trying to lose weight on this program. Take it easy on the fruit, okay? Because, again, that sugar demon's really going to be after you. Now, those of you that work out a lot and are doing the workouts like the ones that I'm posting, you might need a little bit more fruit than the person that's sedentary, okay? But I hope we're all moving together. Okay, Plenty of good fats. All right. Now, this is something that's going to be different for you guys. I have to speak to everyone here. There's people on here that have never ever done anything like this. And I mean, I've had people ask me questions like, are pancakes okay on this diet? Are, chips and salsa okay? Those are fine questions. Is Diet Coke okay? One of my best friends is having a hard time getting off Diet Coke. So don't feel bad. There's no bad question. But you're going to be eating a lot of fat in this diet, but it's good fats. Okay. So avocados are going to be your best friend. They have lots of fat in them, but guess what, you guys? You get to have guacamole on this diet, but be careful with the guacamole. You want to make sure that you're reading your labels, and we'll talk about that. You're going to be able to eat nuts, cashews, almonds, walnuts. The list goes on and on. Now, again, if you're trying to lose weight, I wouldn't eat like, an entire bag of nuts every single day. But as Christy would tell me, just grab a handful, at a time. So nuts are going to be your friend. And then there's seeds as well, but there's certain seeds they want you to kind of stay away from. You're going to be eating foods with very, very few ingredients. I want you guys to be focused on eating at home more than out. And I know that's going to be hard for people. We will have travel guides and dining guides, but try to eat at home as much as you can, because here's what I always tell people. The restaurants could give a rip about if you're going to lose weight or not. They don't care about your health. Restaurants want things to taste good so that you'll come back. Most people in this country don't care about their health and losing weight. So restaurants don't. When you order, you have to be a machine. This is what you say. Okay, for medical reasons, I need to have steak cooked in no butter, only in olive oil with a little bit of pepper. And they will come back and look at you a little bit funny and say, okay, no problem. And I need lettuce without the dressing, without the croutons, and without the cheese, and only tomatoes and cucumbers. And I only want balsamic and oil. So be careful, because they might bring you balsamic vinaigrette. No vinaigrette. Balsamic vinegar. No vinaigrette. Vinaigrette has sugar in it. If they don't have that, sorry, you're going to have to get mustard. So you might start bringing your own dressing. You have to plan even before you go out to dinner. Okay. The most important thing, here's what not to eat during the duration of the Whole30 program. Omitting all of the foods and beverages will help you regain your metabolism, reduce inflammation, and help to discover how these foods are truly impacting your life. One of the interesting things about Whole30 is when you get off of Whole30, and you gradually add food groups back in your diet. Now, I never did, because I pretty much stayed on Whole30, but you might find out, my friend Christy said, when she got back on regular eating, she noticed that when she added legumes in her diet, she had horrible digestive problems. So what you'll find is once you've stripped these away and gradually add back, you'll go, wait a second, dairy is the reason I'm having problems with my stomach, or wheat is my problem. So you're going to learn a lot about yourself and what foods. Okay. You do not consume any added sugar of any kind, real or artificial. Ladies, this includes stevia. This includes aspartame. Oh. Okay. This includes erythritol. Yes, you can have coffee. Sorry, you're going to like it black, Jenny, and here's why. When we strip these foods away from you, black coffee is going to taste completely different. Now, you can put unsweetened coconut milk in your coffee, and it will taste good to you once you're doing Whole30. Okay, no Splenda, no Equal, no NutraSweet, no sugar alcohol. Do you guys, I want you to understand something. That's a lot of stuff. That is stuff that's in all of your stuff. So please, please read your labels. None of that is compliant. None of it. Not even stevia. What do you suggest as sweetened tea? I'm sorry. The only thing that I could suggest is squeezing an orange in your tea, perhaps, or a lemon. But you got to trust me on this, Elaine. You got to trust me on this. Things that don't normally taste sweet to you will start tasting sweet. You got to trust me, right, Laura? You got to trust us on this. You got to stop thinking about sweet. I know that's annoying, but what's more important? How something tastes or how you feel and look. So just trust me on this. Okay, so read your labels. Always post in the group if you have any questions. Muddleberries, I don't even know what that is, but yes, you could put bagels. You could do muddleberries. Can you do hazelnut? Nespresso, what is hazelnut? I don't even know what that is. Candy, can you tell me what that is? Okay, let's see. And if anybody on here is a Whole30 Nazi and knows the answers to these, feel free to jump in. I wish, hey, actually, Laura, could you text Christy and see if she could jump on this? Tell her I'm doing a little thing, and if she wants to jump on it, she's a Nazi though, so watch out. Okay. No alcohol. Okay. So, guys, here's the deal. Yeah, crushed berries is fine. But again, be careful. Why are you sweetening it? Are you sweetening it because you are craving it? Or are you just sweetening it because you just want to, your drink to be a little bit better? So just be careful mentally while you're doing that. Is lemon okay? Lemon's great. No limits on, yes, lemon, thank you. Okay, so I know this is going to be really hard for Laura because you can't have wine for 30 days. I'm just kidding. No wine for 30 days. No alcohol. Now here's the deal. If you have a problem with that, then you probably need to, get a little bit of help. I'm just kidding. No alcohol for 30 days. You'll feel great, I promise. And once you get off of Whole30 or the strict Whole30 that we're doing, I know, you can always maybe have a glass of white wine or something. Sometimes they're okay with that. But once you get into this, it's so much, trust me, you're going to love it. Okay, so no alcohol, no sugar. Okay, here's a big one. Organic grape juice. Well, here's what I need to know. If it's just grapes, I would say yes, but I highly doubt that. Elaine, if you can show me the ingredients, it'll be a lot easier. And trust me, you'll start learning this so much that you'll go, oh no, not that. Doesn't sound like it though. No, yeah, I didn't think so. Laura's saying no. Okay, no grains, guys. No wheat, no rye, no barley, no oats, corn, rice, millet, bulgur, sorghum, amaranth, buckwheat, sprouted grains. All of those things are out. No rice, no bran, germ, starch, and so on. Read your labels, okay? So none of these things, none of those things. No legumes, okay? This includes all kinds. Black, red, pinto, navy, white kidney, lima flavor, no beans. The only thing that you can have are, what are they called? Snow peas? Is that what they're called? Snapped peas? You can have those. Those things that look like green beans. You can eat those. Okay. And be careful because foods like to sneak these things into food. So be really careful about that. No dairy. This includes cow milk, goat milk, sheep milk. No ice cream. That's really, really hard for me. That's a really hard one. I'm going to have to sit here for a minute. No Bluebell. That's a rough one for me. Okay. No cream. No cheese. Hard or soft. No yogurt. No yogurt. No Greek yogurt. No non-fat yogurt. No low-fat yogurt. Yep, what Laura just said. No sour cream, no clarified butter. I'm sorry. You may have clarified butter or you may have ghee. Ghee's great. It's a lifesaver. Get it on thrivemarket.com or you could get it at Trader Joe's and maybe Sprouts. But I'm sure at Trader Joe's it's called GHEE. It's ghee butter and it's good. Okay. Do not consume Carrageen, MSG, or sulfates. These ingredients appear in any form on the label, any processed food or beverage. It is out for Whole30. If it's from a plant, if what's from a plant. Okay, you might have to clarify that question for me. Okay, here's a big one. This was hard for me too. On paleo, we can do this. On Whole30, I prefer that you guys try not to make cakes and Pop-Tarts and things like that. With whole food ingredients because all you're doing is tricking that sugar demon. We're going to, I promise, when we get into paleo after these 30 days, we're going to have some fun with paleo. And we'll make paleo cobbler, paleo brownies. We'll have Thanksgiving paleo. It'll be fun, I promise. But for right now, let's try to get that out of our mind. Okay, fruit juice as a sweetener. Some products or recipes will include fruit juice as a sweetener, which is fine for the purposes of Whole30. These are the exceptions to the rules. So if it's apple juice, unsweetened, that would be okay. So apple juice would definitely be okay. Hey, Shelly Dose just joined. By the way, just wanted to tell you guys, she is a rock star If you look up Shelly Does on YouTube, I do most of my workouts from her now. I spend my days with her. She's amazing. All of her workouts are free. I love this woman. We're exactly the same age, and she's a rock star, and she's way better instructor than I am. So thanks for joining us. I feel, ooh, we got a celebrity on the line. Okay, vinegar, apple cider vinegar is fantastic. During Whole30, let's see, most forms of vinegar, white, balsamic, apple cider, red wine, and rice are allowed during Whole30. The exceptions are vinegars with added sugar. So any vinegar you can use, but just not added sugar. And then sea salt, you would definitely want to do that. Your only job during the Whole30 is to focus on making good food choices. No weighing, no measuring, no counting calories, no stressing about organic, grass-fed, pasture, or free range, okay? I just want you to focus on the program, all right? Do not focus on any of that other stuff. Let's see what else. The only way, oh, Stacy just joined, Stacy White. She's done Whole30 a few times too, so she can definitely chime in. The only way this is going to work is if you give it a full 30 days. This will absolutely not work if you cheat or you slip or you have a special occasion. So if you're going to be a part of our Whole30 group, I am asking you to make a commitment right now to yourself, to your life, to your brain, to your booty, and to your whole frame of mind that you are making a commitment for 30 days. During football season, there's going to be, people are going to be sitting around drinking beers, birthday parties, sporting events, whatever. You've made a commitment for 30 days because guess what, guys? Every month there's a reason why you should eat. During the summer, during the Christmas time, Thanksgiving, there's never a reason why you shouldn't eat. So why not do it now, right? Okay, so let's make this commitment. If you cheat, you have to start over, okay? That's all there is to it. So if you cheat on day 27, you have to start over. So try not to cheat, okay? And don't tell us about it if you do. Because it won't work. If you cheat, it doesn't work. Justonia, Jenny, I would say that it gets better. I would say that it gets better because you're taking away all the wheat. Okay. So if you take one bite of pizza or splash one milk in your coffee or one lick of spoon during that batter in the first 30 days, you got to start over, okay? You must commit to the program exactly as written. Anything less, and I cannot promise you the results or chances of your success, okay? It is not hard. Don't you dare tell us that this is hard. Beating cancer is hard. Birthing a baby is hard. Losing a parent is hard. Drinking your coffee black is not hard. You've done harder things than this. You have no excuse not to complete the program as written. It's only 30 days, and it's for the most important health cause on earth, the only physical body you will ever have in this lifetime, okay? Do not even consider the possibility of a slip. Unless you physically trip and your face lands on a piece of pizza, there is no slip, okay? And they're serious. You make a choice to eat something unhealthy, it is always a choice. I get a lot of people that say to me, how do you stay so fit? You're so lucky. It's not luck. It's hard work. I have kids. I have a husband who my husband eats horrible. Every night he's right next to me eating a gallon of Bluebell. And I love Bluebell. And I make a conscious choice not to eat the ice cream, okay? You see a heavy person walking around, or you see people that aren't fit, they make constant choices unless they have a thyroid issue or health reason why. So it's a choice, and all of you can do this. You never, ever have to eat anything you don't want to eat. Don't ever feel guilty when you're out in a restaurant or with family, mom cooks you something. This is your 30-day program. This is for you, and you are on this plan. So don't ever feel guilty for saying no to food. You can do this. You've come too far to back out now. You want to do this, you need to do this, and we believe that you can do this. Stop thinking about it and start doing it right now, this very minute. Tell someone that you are doing Whole30. We want you to participate. We want you to take this seriously and see amazing results in unexpected areas. Even if you don't believe me, this will change your life. If you are willing to give it 30 days, do it. It's that important. We believe in it that much. Okay, so don't mean to be all dramatic, but this is a really big deal. This could change, if one person on this thread could absolutely change your life, it could change a health challenge that you have, It could get that extra 10 pounds that makes you depressed all the time. It could help you wake up in the morning. It could help you sleep at night. Who knows what it's going to do for you guys. All right, I hope that you have got the shopping list because that's really, really important. If those of you have not done shopping, when you wake up in the morning, you could definitely have some eggs with olive oil, but then you'd want to run to the store and pick up your shopping list. Things like eggs, beef, chicken, turkey, salmon, fish, shrimp, any kind of pork. You can even do deli meat. I don't recommend deli meat. I think there's a lot of sodium in it. Pretty much any vegetables on the list. All of this is on the list. Cooking fats, you can use clarified butter, ghee, coconut oil is a great thing to use. Avocados, guacamole is a great treat to have. Guacamole is fantastic. Okay, here's how I am about snacks. They're not big on snacks. They're big on three meals a day. But even my friend Christy says that she would occasionally have snacks, and she's kind of a Nazi. And so that snack that I suggested the other day is the almonds, the cashews, the coconut chips, raisins, dates, whatever the case is. You can get a handful of that. From everything on the list, what do you need to limit? I would say limit your intake of nuts and fruit, especially those of you that are trying to lose weight. You can still eat them, but I wouldn't eat 4 or 5 apples a day. I wouldn't eat a whole bag of berries in one day. I would limit those, even though they say not to. I would if you're trying to lose weight, because again, it is sugar. Mustard is a really great thing to have. Sweet potatoes, most of you will probably be having a sweet potato every day. Sweet potatoes will start to taste like pie to you. Cinnamon and ghee butter is great for sweet potatoes. So I hope that you guys are stocked up on those. Some of the things that you'll notice: fewer blemishes, glowing skin, circles under the eyes, improvement in rashes. All of this is listed on the Whole30 site. There's so many things, I don't want to go through it all, but as you can see, it's on the Whole30 site. ADHD, all of that stuff. Any questions from anybody? I really am excited about this. I don't know what else to say except for be careful when you go out to restaurants. You want to make sure that when they cook, what they're cooking you is Whole30 approved. So when you go to that restaurant, you better make sure and know beforehand where you're going, so you can at least pre-plan for that. I would hate for you to ruin it at a restaurant. Does anybody have any questions for me right now? Or thoughts? Raisins are okay. I wouldn't go crazy on them, but they are. Unsweetened applesauce is okay. LaCroix is great. I like to put a little apple cider vinegar in it. Laura hates that. She almost threw up when I gave that to her, so be careful with that. 30 days, so tomorrow's our first day. I hope everybody's got their list. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, you can post to the group. Yes, gross. Thank you, Laura. I wanted to mention something to you. This isn't necessarily the cheapest way to go, but one of the things I try to tell people is this. If you can eliminate health challenges, how much cheaper are things really? How much less are you going to be paying for certain medications by eating Whole30? This is kind of a silly thing, but you will get tired of your kitchen being a mess because you will be cooking everything. Don't get freaked out about that. There are people that do Whole30 and they just do quick little things, and there are people that are like go all out and really do the recipes. If you're into that kind of thing, they have some amazing Whole30 recipes that you can Google. It's everywhere. So if you want to get really crazy, or if you just want to get really boring and eat chicken and salad, and you can do that too. As long as you're following the guidelines and you're completely compliant, you'll be fine. Be so careful about labels, guys. I had somebody the other day post, "Can I have these meatballs?" And I almost had a heart attack when I saw what was in those meatballs. So just because it says a meatball doesn't mean it's just a meatball. There's a lot of things that go into making meatballs. Are there Whole30 meatballs? Yes. Onions? Absolutely. Go crazy with onions. I'm going to be every day or every other day, best I can, I'm going to be showing you guys a new recipe to try, an easy recipe. I'm not the greatest cook in the world, but I'm decent when it comes to Whole30. And so I'll be giving you guys different ideas along the way. Just trying to think what else to tell you guys. Olive oil is great for your fats. Onions are fine. Nuts and seeds, avocado, coconut milk. unsweetened, of course. So I think that's it, everybody. Does anybody else have any more questions? Is everybody raisins? Yeah, raisins are high in sugar, but raisins are allowed. I think that's it. I think we got everything here. Does anybody have any more questions? Any spices that you cannot use? That's a really good question. Obviously, you want to check the labels with spices, but all spices should be okay. But just check the labels, like that they haven't added any extra like strange ingredients that aren't just the spice. So if it's not just lemon pepper or salt or pepper or red pepper, and you're going to be using those spices. We're going to have some good recipes with some really good spices to make, and your taste buds are going to change in this program. So as you begin to eat things, things that never really tasted that good, you're going to taste amazing, and you're going to look forward to eating. And one of the things they suggest in Whole30 is when you eat, like you sit down and eat. You don't run around and eat like we do watching TV. Like they want you to sit down with your pretty plate and eat your food like they did back in the day. Okay, so that's a really good thing they want you to do. They don't want you to try to eat on the go. They want you to really enjoy that meal. Mrs. Dash, okay, you got to be really careful with Mrs. Dash. There's some that should be okay, but several that are not. You really have to read those labels and post to the group, and I promise I'll always try to look and see if it's compliant. Okay, oh, I know what I wanted to say. Everybody needs to get, if you can, a zucchini slicer for zoodles. We're going to be eating. Yeah, Rayan, I would limit salt. Again, they don't talk too much about limits, but I would do that. Sea salt. I wouldn't go crazy with that. And again, you're not going to want it that much because your taste buds are going to change. A zoodle, we're going to be making lots of zoodles because it's like eating spaghetti. It's incredibly good with our squash and zucchini. So if you could look up, they're really cheap. But be careful, they're a little bit dangerous. You take and I'll show you on a video. You take the zucchini and you twist it inside the zoodle, and one side is big zoodles and the other side is thin. And then I put it in a pan with olive oil and some sea salt and pepper. I brown it and it looks like noodles. And then I take my organic marinara sauce that I get from Sprouts. Now, this is very important. I messed up on this the first time. There's marinara sauce that says organic, but if you look at the ingredients, it'll say sugar. And then there's marinara sauce that has no sugar. So you get the kind that has 0 sugar, okay? So then you would cook some ground beef. I know we're tired of that. Ground beef, take your zoodles and your marinara sauce. Now, this is so good. I can't wait for y'all to have this meal. So you get your zoodles after you've cooked them in the skillet. You put your ground beef on there, and then you pour your marinara sauce on there. And then you've got this like salad sitting next to you with your Greek balsamic and vinegar dressing with your cucumbers and your tomatoes and your lettuce. And then you have this big plate of spaghetti sitting there, and you got this big dinner. I mean, who wouldn't love that? So it's an incredible meal, and you'll want to eat it all the time. So it's fantastic. And you really want to get that zoodle slicer. It's really, really good. My Fit Foods, I think it's My Fit Foods, sells spaghetti squash. What you can do is you can get that's already mixed up, but get rid of their marinara and meatballs because I don't know what's in it. But you could, if you were being lazy and you didn't want to cook the zoodles, you could take that from them and then you could use that for your marinara sauce. Another thing that Whole30 loves to have you do is make a dinner for the night before, and then that morning or lunch or the next night, eat the same thing. So basically you're cooking for 2 nights each time. Many times you'll wake up in the morning and you'll have a sweet potato and a steak for breakfast. They're not real big about, you have to have eggs in the morning for breakfast. They want you to kind of switch that up. If you work and you have to take your food in, choose things like boiled eggs, veggies, mustard for dipping sauce. Things that you can take on the go. So don't stress out too much. Salads, things like that. So I don't want to stress you out too much. So a lot of you ladies work, and I know that it's a little harder said than done to have some of these things, especially when you're sitting at work where they serve donuts and have soda machines in there. Let everybody know what you're doing, by the way, and say, this is what I'm doing, so please don't tempt me with anything. So that's a really good recipe. Chicken, we'll learn fun ways to cook chicken. We'll learn fun ways to cook seafood. Salmon's fantastic because it keeps you really full. A great place to have like a date night with. when you're on Whole30 is Outback Steakhouse. So Frank, yep, there you go, Laura. Thank you. Yeah, Stacy, Laura, Christy, if any of you guys can throw in some suggestions here, because I'm forgetting so many things. I'm so excited about this, and I'm tired, and I'm forgetting. Outback Steakhouse is a really good place to go to for date night, and because you can order a piece of steak, a plain sweet potato, and then you can order your salad, and then they have balsamic vinegar and oil. So that's a great, great place. And then your hubby and kids can all get what they want. You got to be super careful though when you go to restaurants and ask for steamed veggies. They put stuff on there to make it taste good. So you have to say, for medical reasons, I cannot have this cooked in butter. I cannot, you tell them. You have to tell them what you want. I want it completely plain. So when you order, you'll be so used to this. After a few days, it'll be like machine. It'll be a machine. Look at Righteous Foods in Fort Worth. Okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, let me know which other restaurants that you or grocery stores that you recommend. Another good restaurant, like Chili's. There's places out there that you can be very specific with them what you want and what you don't want. The only restaurants I've ever had an issue with would be like an Italian restaurant or maybe a diner, something like that. But most restaurants you should be okay. If you go to IHOP with your kids, you can order an egg omelet with just chicken, mushrooms. Mushrooms is another great thing to add to your foods for flavor, onions, and there you are sitting at IHOP eating Whole30. So you should be fine. Make sure that you're getting your gallon of water in per day, drinking your LaCroix, and also you want to make sure that you are eating some good substantial protein. Yeah, Chipotle, Carnados is okay. There are places that you can go and in emergency situations. Okay, important. Here's how I am about something I'm fixing to share with you, but I need you guys to really, really be careful with this, okay? There are some Lara bars that are compliant. Whole30, if Christy's on here, she might get irritated me for mentioning this. They're not big on bars, but those of you who travel, I know Laura travels some. I love bars, but I don't like bars because I can gain weight on bars pretty quickly. But if you are traveling and you're in an emergency situation or you feel like your blood sugar is getting low or you need something, you're in a meeting and you have to have something and you don't want to be sitting there eating a salad and eggs in front of everybody, they have a bar called the Perfect Bar, I believe. You can check that one out. It's Whole30 compliant. You can look this up. And there are some Lara bars that are compliant, not all Lara bars. Again, those are full of sugar. So RX bars, that's what it is. Thank you, Laura. Yes, they're great to have for emergency situations. But if you sit around and eat bars all day, you're going to gain weight, and you probably shouldn't do this program. So, can drinking hot tea substitute as one of the waters you need to drink? That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I would guess so. I mean, it's water, so yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem. Yeah, so make sure with your coffee, one of the things I remember I think it was Christy was telling me that all of a sudden she couldn't believe how wonderful black coffee tasted because you could actually taste the coffee beans. Like your sense of taste will completely change with Whole30. You could taste the coffee beans in the coffee. So what happened to me when I did Whole30? All the things. The first few days I was on a big high. The next few days I was completely a nervous wreck. I just wanted, I was dreaming about ice cream, I think this happened to Laura too. Probably with her it was wine. But anyway, and then I got past it, and like day 15 and 16 got a lot better. And I will update y'all on how you'll probably feel each day. It'll be a little different from everybody. But once you get off, your brain will change. This is a brainwasher. Your brain will never be the same wine. It will never be the same when it comes to food. I don't care. Like when you go somewhere, you're going to feel guilty eating bread. I know but that's what's going to happen. And then we'll jump right into paleo, which is a lot of fun. Paleo is like Whole30, but you get to cook pies and things like that. We can do that around Thanksgiving. So I think that's everything, guys. I hope you're not sick of looking at me or hearing from me. I wish I could be with each one of you and sit down and share my passions with you about this. I am so passionate about being fit, being in shape, and eating well. And I'm not asking anything in return except that you do the program and that you be involved with this post so that we can help other people. I actually feel like I found my purpose in life. So I'm super excited. Do y'all have any more questions before we leave here and get started for tomorrow? Nope. Okay. All right, guys. Well, congratulations on your start of your brand new life. Um, Laura's a great person to talk to. Christy Taylor Sabone is great to talk to. Stacy White. Any of us that have done this can help you. We're here for you. We love you. Good luck. Don't cheat. Don't slip. Get the downloads. I will be putting them on our site. Get the book. Please get the book. It will help so much. All right. Love you guys. Good night. Thanks, Elaine. Appreciate it.